the best way to pass the written portion or the essay of the GED or HiSET is to practice. Okay, so in this video here, I'm actually going to write an essay with you. This is an essay that I wrote with my class, and it should really give you a good idea on what you need in the essay in order to pass and the process of writing the essay. Welcome to Purely Persistent. I'm Michelle. Okay, let's get started. So I'm on a website here called ProCon.org, and I love this site because it really takes controversial issues and it looks at it from both sides. Okay, you want to make sure that before you make a decision that you really understand the pros and the cons, right? So look at all these different topics. We have medical marijuana, vaping, e-cigarettes, vaccines for kids, milk, homework, pit bull bans. Oh my gosh, there's so many different topics. But I'm excited for the topic that we're actually doing here for this essay. So the essay we are going to write about today is Saturday Halloween. Should Halloween be on a Saturday every year? Kind of like how Thanksgiving in the US is on a Thursday. Easter is always on a Sunday. Should Halloween always be on a Saturday? Now, look at these dogs that are little ghosts. Are they not adorable? Okay, guys, give this video a thumbs up if you think these dogs are so cute. So here, I have a few pros and cons regarding Halloween on Saturday. Okay, so I'm going to read through a few of the pros and then a few of the cons. And I'll do this just very quickly. However, if you are writing an essay yourself, you definitely want to make sure that you are going into much more detail. So when you actually take the HiSET or GED test, what they will do is give you two articles, okay? One article will be a pro article, and the other article will be a con article. And so you'll be actually looking at those two different articles to determine it. But I decided to do this because I thought it was a little more fun. Okay, pro 1. Celebrating Halloween on a Saturday would make the holiday safer for children. They go through a few details. Celebrating Halloween on a Saturday would be more fun and less stressful. Pro 3, a Saturday Halloween would minimize the holiday's negative impact on schools and learning. And now for the cons. Moving Halloween to Saturday would put kids on the streets on the most dangerous night of the week. Con 2, moving Halloween would ignore the holiday's ancient and religious traditions. And con 3, moving Halloween to a Saturday would allow kids more time to be mischievous. So the next thing you want to do is actually plan out your essay. So pick out 2 things from whichever side you're on, and then come up with some supporting details for those. And so I actually wrote this essay with my students. It was a class maybe of 5 or 6 students, and this is what we came up with. So we actually chose the pro side, that we wanted to move Halloween to a Saturday, and we had 2 main reasons. The first is it's safer for children, okay? So a couple of supporting details that go with it. Lights are outside, fewer crashes, and then we actually took a quote from the article. So twice as many kids are killed while walking on Halloween than any other night of the year. Okay, and then the second point that we chose was it's more fun and less stressful. So really sort of focusing on it as a family event, right? Gathering like other holidays, and also it's not on a school night. So what you really want to make sure that you focus on next is what is a point from the other side that you can argue, okay? So anytime you're having an argument with somebody else, you want to listen to their side, respect their side, but then say, that's actually not a valid point, and here's why. So that's what we're going to be doing in our essay right here. So we didn't really think that having Halloween on a Saturday would ignore the holiday's ancient and religious traditions. So what we're going to do now is focus on the first paragraph. And honestly, it really only needs to be about 3 sentences long. Your first sentence is going to be the hook. something that really grabs the reader's attention. So think about like a good movie. What is at the very beginning of the movie that makes you want to keep watching the movie, okay? The second thing is the background information. Don't tell us what side you're for at this point, just tell us what the issue is. I like to think about how in the movie Frozen, you know, the cartoon, there's the little trolls, and right before they start singing, he's a bit of a fixer-upper. The mom troll is like, "What's the issue, dear?" Right, so that's what we're doing here. We're saying what the issue is. And then we have a thesis, and this thesis comes from GED. It's actually a resource that they provided, and I use it every single time. So memorize this thesis. Okay, let's go. So here's the hook that my class wrote with me. Do you want to go to school after Halloween tired and with a candy hangover? Right, this is something that people can relate to. A lot of us have had a candy hangover before, and we definitely don't want to be going to school the next day, right? So it really grabs the reader's attention. And now for our issue. There is controversy about whether Halloween should be celebrated on October 31st or the Saturday before. So note here how I don't have any opinion, right? I'm really just stating what the issue is. And now for our thesis. Looking at the arguments regarding Halloween, it is clear that the holiday should be observed on Saturdays. And that's it for the first paragraph. It has our hook, it tells us what the issue is, and then it has the thesis statement. So my favorite thesis, as I mentioned, is always looking at the arguments regarding blank, comma, it is clear that blank, period. And anytime you're writing an argumentative essay, this totally works. So now we're going to do our second paragraph, and this is the main point that we have. So if you remember, our main point was that Halloween moved to a Saturday would be safer for children. So our very first sentence needs to illustrate just that Halloween is safer for kids. So let's see what we wrote. First, and that's actually a really nice transition, and the HiSET and GED folks want us to have transitions. First, moving Halloween to Saturday would result in a safer holiday. So now the rest of the paragraph has the supporting details, and we want to make sure that all of those supporting details go along with that topic sentence. According to the article, twice as many kids are killed while walking on Halloween than any other day of the year. However, if Halloween is celebrated on a Saturday, the trick-or-treating hours could be adjusted to earlier times, thus resulting in fewer accidents. As a community, we want our kids to be safe, and moving Halloween to a Saturday is an effortless way to increase safety. So that's a beautiful second paragraph, and one thing that's really nice about it is it actually quotes the article. It has a little bit of our own opinion in there, but it refers back to the article, which is really just a sign of good quality writing. Okay, now on to our second paragraph. We have here our topic sentence, which illustrates everything that is going to be covered in this paragraph. So secondly, moving Halloween to a Saturday would result in a more fun and less stressful holiday. And now the supporting details that go with that paragraph. With the adjusted day and time, kids will be fully rested for the next week of school. In addition, Halloween should be a family event, and by observing on Saturday, families could participate in fun events and traditions together. I want to be available for my children on Halloween, and moving the day would allow for my participation. So as I mentioned earlier, with this fourth paragraph, which is the other side, we want to make sure that we take a point that the other side has. So in this case, we looked at reasons not to have Halloween on a Saturday, reasons to keep Halloween actually on the 31st. Okay, so we took 1 point, and then we argued why this point is not a valid enough reason. On the other hand, and this right there, that's a really good transition because the reader knows that we're moving from what we had before, our pro reasons, and we're transferring to the con reason. So it's really important that you have a nice transition right here. Okay, on the other hand, the opposition indicates that moving Halloween to a Saturday would ignore the holiday's ancient and religious traditions. While their point is valid, I do not believe that these traditions need to be disrupted based on the date. These traditions can easily be honored on a Saturday. Finally, we have our conclusion. And I always actually like to start it with, in conclusion. And then you want to reword your thesis statement and really provide some of the main points on why you are for or against the topic that you're doing. And finally, end with a call to action. A man from HiSET that works for HiSET actually told me that this is something good to put in your essay. So what I want you to do is a call to action, just like we do on YouTube videos, okay? Here's an example. If you are enjoying this video and would like me to do another essay like this, give this video a thumbs up. Okay, now, definitely do give this video a thumbs up, but don't put that in your essay, okay? So give the reader something to think about. Give the reader a next step, something that they need to do after this. So let's take a look at this last paragraph. In conclusion, Halloween should be celebrated on a Saturday because it will be safer and more fun. This is a joyous holiday that should be enjoyed and shared with family, and moving the day would allow for such a celebration. I encourage you to support Halloween on Saturday. And that's it. Our essay is done. What you want to make sure that you do after you write an essay is read it. And don't just read it silently to yourself. You actually want to read it out loud because then your ears will hear any mistakes that you may have in your essay. Now, I know that writing the essay might not be your favorite thing, okay? But you've got to believe in yourself. And honestly, you've got to practice. That is going to be the best way to get through this essay, okay? Now, believe in yourself. I believe in you. I know that you can pass this essay. My students regularly pass this essay with 3s and 4s on the HiSET test. And if they can do it, I know that you can do it too. You've just got to believe in yourself. So you have a beautiful day, and I will see you in the next video. Peace, guys.